you should take great care not to make yourself an enemy of God, one who is hated by God through your abominable acts. Get your coffee. One of the very early lessons that I was taught very early on in ministry and leadership is an important truth that is primarily based in Matthew chapter 18. The principal truth is this: if you have an issue with someone, if someone offends you or sins against you, go and talk with that person privately first, before there is any talk of the issue with other people or other parties, before it ever becomes a topic of gossip, and it shouldn't ever devolve into trash talk or gossip. Go first and speak to that person that you have an issue with. And if the person hears you, then you have gained a brother. I'm convinced that a lot of the problems of division in families, among friends, within churches, organizations, within businesses, and even within society, a lot of the problems of division would be ended if we observe this important teaching from Christ. Now, that's not to say that every time you do this, the person will hear what you have to say and be restored to you. Sometimes they won't, but there is the biblical precedent and a biblical process for dealing with division and seeking restoration. And if you are going to be right in your dealings with others, if you are going to do what is in accordance with the name, the nature, and the teaching of Christ, then you should be careful to observe this principle. The opposite of this methodology is clear. The antithesis to Matthew 18:15 is gossip. And it is important to know what the scriptures have to say about gossip. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18 says, "A perverse person stirs up conflict, and a gossip separates close friends." Proverbs 20, verse 19 says, "A gossip betrays confidence, so avoid anyone who talks too much." When the gossip comes to you and begins chewing on your ear, telling you all the issues they have with another person, your immediate answer should be, you need to go talk with that person directly. And if they haven't yet done so, don't bear their sin with them. Hear no more of their complaint until they deal with it in a right and honorable fashion. So often we gossip to try and justify our anger at the person that's wronged us. Instead, we should go and deal with our anger directly with that person. In saying this, I'm under no illusions that this is easy, but rarely is the right and ethical and honorable thing the easy thing, but it is the right and honorable and ethical thing. Just within the last 24 hours, I had to reach out to a brother privately to challenge him on an issue. I'm not entirely sure that it was well received or even fully understood, but the burden that I had over the issue, the weight that I was carrying about it, I rolled it back over to him as I reached out and I confronted the issue. Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit, because among the 6 things that the Lord hates are a lying tongue, a false witness, and one who sows discord among brothers. So if your brother sins against you and offends you, go and tell him the fault between you and him alone. And if he hears you, you've gained a brother. This truly is the way of Christ, and it is the way that leads to life. Something to think about. We'll see you next time.